We need to ban pretty people working as doctors and nurses. It sounds like a ludicrous thing to have as a rule, to ban pretty people from being doctors, dentists, or nurses and anything within the medical field. There is a good reason for this, though, and one that had been sought out through wisdom and experience. There was a hospital that just happened to be filled with pretty doctors, nurses, and any other job to do with the medical field. It was just the way it was, and there was a photo shoot done of all the people who worked at the hospital. It was one big picture of every medical worker inside the hospital. We hung the picture outside the hospital for the public to see. Then it didn't take long for the hospital to become quiet. We didn't have much patients coming to our hospital at all. And this was highly strange. We were all experiencing boredom now. And there was a time where we hired a doctor who wasn't that attractive. That doctor took his own life for overwork, and that didn't sound right at all. Something was weirdly odd about this situation, and the hospital wasn't getting any visitors for any medical problem. I had to do something. Then there was a bus crash, and every individual inside the bus crash decided to take their own lives instead of being taken to our hospital. They all had guns, and usage of guns has skyrocketed since the poster of the whole hospital staff was put up. Then I heard that people were doing home births and cleaning up their own wounds and stitching themselves up. Some were even trying to repair their own broken bones, or just living with it, or even taking their own lives. This was all too concerning, and I was in the dark until I read the note that the dead doctor had written, who had taken his own life for being overworked. People were coming to him in droves because the other doctors and even nurses were too pretty. They felt too embarrassed to go to anyone attractive within the hospital. Then, as people started taking their own lives to be rid of physical pain, or just living with it in general, I had to go hire a load of unattractive doctors and nurses. Then we finally saw people coming into the hospital, and people were being treated again. I had to let go of a load of attractive doctors and nurses so that the patients felt more comfortable